Shall we get started? Welcome everybody, good morning. Hope you're all well on this Thursday morning. Kate is my name if we haven't met before, and I have the lovely Casey with me who's going to be my demo this morning. So really today, not too much of a theme. I just want you to really go with the flow this morning, no expectations. Drop your ego and just go with how you feel. So we are going to be working towards a peak pose. But as always, just listening to your body as you move, and no expectations this morning. So if you feel like resting, there's always child's pose. If you do feel like, adding on to certain shapes, if I don't cue it, then, again, feel free to just make it your own this morning. So just go in with the flow. So that being said, let's get started in a child's pose. So I think Casey is already there. So guys, when you're ready, just come in towards the back of the mat. And just letting your knees come out wide. Hips sinking back towards the heels. And then just starting to let your forehead come down towards the earth as well as your hands. Now, in this child's pose to begin with, I want you to make it a little bit more active. So maybe just starting to rock that head from side to side. Giving the third eye, the space between the eye by center, a little bit of a massage. And then maybe as your hips come down towards your heels, maybe just keep that a bit active so you're not sinking them down. You're maybe lifting the hips a little bit further up towards, not sinking down towards the hips. Beautiful. And then with your arms, really stretch your fingers forward and then coming onto your fingertips here. So lifting up through the elbows. Beautiful. So really making this nice and active. Noticing the difference when this pose is active and we engage in the muscles rather than relaxing. You might even like to sway the hips a little bit from side to side as well. And then just notice your whole body here. Beautiful. And then you can start to come to stillness. Lower your palms back down towards the earth. Soften your forehead and just really now sink the hips down to the heels and let them become heavy, and just noticing now in this restorative shape how it feels just to fully relax. Immediately starting to find your breath here. And yogis, if Ujjayi breath is in your practice, you can start to find that now. Keep it slow, steady and controlled as you breathe in and out through the nose, finding that raspy-like sound, so that oceanic sound where we constrict the back of the throat. Just taking 3 more of your own breath here. One more breath. Nicely done. Then we're going to start to make our way onto our bellies on our next breath in. So coming down onto your tummies, relaxing your legs on. Keep your arms down, by your shoulders, palms towards the earth. Forehead to the mat, and we're immediately going to start to activate through that back body. So take a deep breath in, lifting through the head and shoulders as you lift up into baby cobra. Keep the palms down this side. This time, draw your shoulders down your lower back, squeeze those elbows into the rib cage. So using your back muscles to lift a little bit higher. So keep the legs active, push the tops of the feet down, maybe the kneecaps just draw up towards the thighs. Take one more deep breath in here. And then exhale, forward fold, forehead to the earth. Beautiful. Take a moment to reset. Then once again, deep breath in, lifting that head and shoulders off of the mat. And then this time lifting your hands as well. So not relying on your hands too much. Really squeezing those shoulder blades down your lower back. And noticing now how we have to activate more of those back muscles to lift a little bit higher. Beautiful. One more breath. And then exhale, hands and forehead to the earth. Just take one more breath to reset. Then once again, inhale, lifting the head, the hands off of the mat, squeeze your shoulder blades, this time point the toes, maybe your thighs lift as well, floating cobra. So pushing your pubic bone down as we lift everything up. That's just an option, just keep the feet down if you need to. Just go in with the flow, yogis. One more inhale. And then forehead to the mat, hands to the mat, feet to the mat. Beautiful. Just take a breath here. Nicely done. Tuck your toes, push up through tabletop position, and then we're going to find downward facing dog on an exhale breath. So hips high to the sky, maybe walking out your dog here. And just take a moment to feel the connection with this shape. Connection with the earth through your hands and your feet. And maybe just slowly pedaling out, like one leg bends, the other leg lengthens. So just noticing the back of the legs here. And make this down dog unique to you. So maybe for you, that's the slight micro bend in the knees, wider stance, whatever is most comfortable. Keep shining that heart back towards your thighs as you look in between your legs. Beautiful. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Let's take one deep breath in together. This time, open the mouth. Empty the breath. Empty, empty. Sigh it out. Beautiful. Now, yogis, come high on those tiptoes on your next inhale, and then ripple forward to a high plank. So articulate through the spine, shoulders over wrists. Beautiful. Pausing for a moment in a high plank. So really draw that belly up to the spine and dome through the upper back. We're going to come into a modified up dog here. So we're going to stay on the toes. We're going to sink our hips down and shine our heart through. Beautiful. Just like Casey, modified up dog. Then exhale, push up high plank, dome through the upper back. You've got it. Two more like that. Modified up dog. Let the hips sink, heart shine through. Push up high plank on your exhale breath. Let's try that one more time. Modified up dog. Beautiful. Push up high plank. And then downward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Stretching through the arms, the shoulders. And then the heels guiding down to the earth. Nicely done. One more deep breath in here. Once again, maybe sigh out. Empty the breath. Empty, empty. Beautiful. Ripple forward once again into your high plank. Deep breath in. Now you can either lower your knees here or stay on your toes. We're going to shift our weight forward, hugging the elbows in, just lowering down halfway. Chaturanga, so hold here. Let the elbows graze the rib cage 90 degrees. Beautiful. Then either lowering all the way down or coming into your up dog, either baby cobra or up dog, and then pushing back downward facing dog. Rolling over the toes, heels sink into the earth. Nicely done. Again, just taking one more breath in your down dog. Exhale, empty the breath, let it go. High onto the tiptoes, your breath in. This time bend the knees and then jump or step top of the mat. Just find a ragdoll for a moment, grab hold of opposite elbows, give yourself a little sway from side to side, let the head hang heavy. And yogis, I encourage you maybe for this first round to bend your knees, really let your chest kiss your thighs, releasing the lower back. Just let yourself hang heavy for a moment here. Beautiful. Maybe close your eyes. That connection with the earth through the feet below. Let's take one more breath. Releasing your hands towards the earth. And then inhale, rising up to standing. Maybe taking it slow as you articulate through the spine. And then reaching your arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. And then hands come down, heart center, Samashriti. Again, just pausing here. Closing down your eyes. And just starting to really feel the connection with the earth and your body here. Maybe starting to notice what parts of your body are engaging to hold yourself up in this Tadasana shape. Our feet are turned on, our thighs are turned on, our hips, our belly, shoulders are relaxed. Trying to keep this activation through your whole class this morning. And if you'd like to set your own intention, here is the time to think about that. Otherwise, just staying present and just going with the flow this morning. Let's build up some heat as we go through a couple of rounds of our sun A. So sweeping those arms to the sky, take a deep breath in, salute the sun. Flex the hips, Uttanasana, forward fold, exhale breath. Your breath in, halfway lift, lengthen, nice flat back, long spine. Uttanasana, fold forward. One more time, inhale, lift halfway. Plant the hands, plank pose, jump or step back, and then move through your flow. So chaturanga, either knees or toes, your desired back bend, and then downward facing dog, exhale, land. Nicely done. And we go again, high on those tiptoes, lift the heels, bend the knees, jump or step, top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bow. Rise up, salute the sun, take a deep breath in, arms overhead, eye gaze to follow. Uttanasana, forward fold, bow back down. Your breath in, halfway lift. Plant the hands, jump or step back, plank pose, your vinyasa. Your body, your flow, your practice. Move with ease and fluidity. Beautiful. Let's take that one more time, yogis. Really getting that internal heat going. High in the tiptoes, lift the heels. Bend the knees, jump or step, top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bow. Rise up to standing. Salute the sun. Arms overhead, eye gaze to follow. Uttanasana, forward fold, bow to the earth. Halfway lift. Plank pose, jump or step back, your vinyasa. Meet in a downward facing dog. No rush to get there, yogis. Take your time. Just pause in for a breath in your down dog. Once again, filling up as you take a deep breath in. And then empty, 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 exhale. Nicely done. Let's come high on those tiptoes once again. Breath in, bend the knees, jump or step, top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, and then exhale, bow. One more time. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bow. Lift halfway once again, inhale, breath. And then plant the hands, step the left leg to the back of the mat. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Start to sweep your arms up towards the sky. Beautiful. Now in a low lunge, that front knee maybe not taking it so further forward, so maybe even starting to shorten your stance. You really want to stack the knee just in line with the ankle, just like Casey here. So we still should feel a little bit of a stretch through that back hip flexor. And then our arms are energized up to the sky. So really think about spreading your fingers wide and energizing all 10 fingers up to the sky, while still relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Beautiful. Now, yogis, listen carefully. Start to bring your hands into prayer position, heart center. Start to bring the back heel up towards the back buttock. So guide it in, beautiful. Then we're going to tap the toes down and then lift the heel up to the buttock. You with me? Tap the toes down, beautiful. Lift the heel to the buttock. And again, tap the toe down. Lift the heel to the buttock. Stay with me one more time. Tap the toe down. Lift the heel to the buttock, hold in here. Keeping that heel lifted, reaching your arms slowly back up towards the sky. And then twisting to the left, so right fingertips forward, left fingertips back, open twist here. So really broaden through the collarbones, breathe into the chest. Now you can stay here. You might like to catch the back foot with that left hand, and then maybe even reaching the right hand behind as you catch the foot with the right hand as well. And really draw that heel in towards the buttock. So this is just a progression, one hand, both hands, or none at all. Again, just listening to your body, going with the flow. You might start to feel a stretch into that left quad, and this will make sense later on in our practice why we're doing this pose. So take one more breath, squeeze the shoulder blades down your lower back. And then if you have your foot with both hands, just gently start to release, sweeping both arms back up to the sky into your low lunge, inhale breath. On the exhale, half Hanuman, sweep your arms back, lengthen through the front leg, and then fold over that right leg. Now hands can come to the mat, or you can sweep them back just like in arrowhead, whatever feels comfortable, but making sure you're really pushing into that front heel, toes are flexed back. And you're leading with the chest, aiming for that chin to come down towards the thigh. You've got it, yogis. One more deep breath in. Rebend the knee, hands to the mat. Step the left foot in to meet the right forward fold, top of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to bow. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant the hands, right leg this time to the back of the mat. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes, finding your low lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms sweep up. Just settling into your lunge to begin with. Noticing the stretch in the right hip flexor, making sure that front left knee is tracking just above the ankle. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, hands come into prayer position, heart center. Find your balance, fix your gaze. Start to bring that back heel up to the buttock. Tap the toes down. Heel to the buttock. Tap the toes. You've got it. Heel to the buttock. Tap the toes. One more time. Heel to the buttock. Tap the toes. Sorry, I lied. Heel to the buttock. Stay here. Slowly reaching your arms back up to the sky. And then we twist open to the right this time. Beautiful. So just pausing here, breathing into the collarbone, opening up through the chest. Then you can stay here or maybe catch the back foot with that right hand. Again, stay here, reaching the left hand back as well. And maybe grabbing hold of the foot, drawing that heel towards the buttock. And again, this is just a progression, so feel free to take any modification here. Can be quite sore in the knees, so just taking one more breath. Beautiful. If you have your foot, lightly just release. Arms reach back up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Sweep the arms back, lengthen through the front leg, half Hanuman. Exhale, fold. Pushing into that heel, toes are flexed. Either hands to the mat or sweeping them back. Drawing that belly in. Take one more inhale. Beautiful. Rebend the front knee, hands to the mat. This time step back, find your plank pose, and then moving through your vinyasa. Always an option just to push back into down dog. So again, no expectations, yogis. Drop your ego, listen to your body, and just go with the flow. Nicely done. Let's continue on here. High on those tiptoes, lift the heels, breath in. Bend the knees, jump or step, top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, bow. One more time. Inhale, your halfway lift. Plant the hands, the left leg steps to the back of the mat once again. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, arms sweep up. Beautiful. Now this time, yogis, in your low lunge, bring your palms together to touch overhead. And then bend the elbows, coming into reverse prayer behind your head. So let your thumbs just graze the back of your skull. So really opening out through the chest. And then just flossing into the shoulders here. So arms reach up on the inhale breath, keeping the palms together. Lengthen the arms. Beautiful. And then exhale, bend the elbows, open up. You've got it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Hands behind head. One more time, lengthen, breath in. Hands behind the head. Exhale, open up. Pause here for a breath. Arms reach to the sky, low lunge, breath in. Half Hanuman, sweep the arms back, lengthen, fold. Maybe hover your hands this time if you hadn't to the mat before. Beautiful. One more breath. Rebend the front knee, hands to the mat, forward fold, top of the mat. Your breath out. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bow. Beautiful. One more time, lift halfway, breath in. Plant the hands, right leg to the back of the mat. You know what's coming. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes, your low lunge, arms sweep up. Beautiful. Palms to touch again, flossing through those shoulders, bend the elbows, hands behind the head, open up. 3 times here. Inhale, lengthen arms. Exhale, hands behind the head. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, behind the head. You've got it. One more time, yogis. Lengthen the arms, breath in. Behind the head, exhale, hold here. Both arms reach up, low lunge, breath in. Half Hanuman, sweep the arms back. Exhale, fold. Again, maybe you hover your hands off of the mat. One more breath. Rebend the front knee, hands to the earth. This time, plank pose, your vinyasa or downward facing dog. Choose your option as you flow. Meet in down dog. Nicely done, yogis. Once again, just take a breath here. Inhaling through the nose and emptying the breath on the exhale. Let something go. Beautiful. Let's lift our right leg to the sky now as we breathe in, three-legged dog. Taking a deep breath in, lift the heel high up to the sky. Knee to nose, curl it in, exhale. Pause in here. Really draw that kneecap up to the chest to create some space so you can guide or step the right foot through in between your hands. Beautiful. Now pause in here just in low runner's lunge for a moment, so fingertips to the earth. Let your chest just come down towards your thigh and your heart shines forward, eye gaze forward. And then yogis, from here we're going to set up to find warrior one. So we're going to start to ground down through that back heel. Try and think about the front heel in line with the arch of the back foot. You might need to shuffle that back foot in a little bit. And then really squaring your hips off to the front, engaging your core to lift your arms up to the sky, Virabhadrasana 1. You've got it. So again, just like in our low lunge, our fingers are energized to the sky, shoulders are relaxed away from the ears, and the hips are towards the front of the room. Really finding that strength in the legs here, pushing into the outer edge of that back foot. Taking one more inhale here. And then open up warrior two, exhale. So you shouldn't have to move too much in your legs. You're just twisting the torso. Our right fingertips forward and our left fingertips back. Nice and strong in your warriors here. Maybe just checking in with that back arm if you feel like it's lowering. Just lift it up at shoulder height. Keep your eye gaze forward in between your middle finger. Hips nice and open. Beautiful. Strong in your warriors, yogis. Take in one more breath. And start to bring your hands to prayer position, heart center. Lengthen through the front leg. We're going to bend into that left leg, high Skandasana. So we're going to stay high. We're not coming low. See if you can come onto the heel of that right leg. So you're flexing the toes towards your chest. Beautiful. Now, when you're in high Skandasana, you might start to notice the activation through that left quad here. So really turning it on. Beautiful. Just taking one more breath here. Then warrior two, open back up. Arms reach out to the side, bend into that front knee. You've got it, yogis. Take a deep breath in. Windmill the left palm down to the earth, twist to the right. Right arm reaches to the sky. Open up. Beautiful. Breathe into your heart space. Nicely done. One more inhale breath. Hand to the mat, step back, plank pose, find your flow or downward facing dog. Noticing every time you come back into your down dog, maybe how this pose changes or how it feels different for you this morning. Left leg to the sky, let's breathe in, three-legged dog. Use the strength of that left thigh to lift the heel towards the sky a little bit higher. One more inhale. Knee to nose, curl in, exhale, pause in here. Can you bring the knee further up to the chest, create some space, stepping that left foot through. Nicely done. Staying in your low runner's lunge just to find your balance here. Fingertips to the earth, chest to the thigh, eye gaze forward. Then start to rotate that back heel as it lands to the earth, using your core, warrior one, arms reach up. You've got it, yogis. Again, just take a moment to come into your warrior, noticing the strength in the legs. Any difference on this side here? One more inhale breath. Open up warrior two, exhale, you've got it. Eye gaze is between the middle finger. Just letting your arms be an extension of your heart here. Breathe into the collarbone. Nicely done. One more breath. Hands to prayer position, heart center. Lengthen through that front leg and then high Skandasana, back of the mat. Right knee bends, left leg long, pushing into the heel of that left leg and then flexing the toes, towards the chest. And again, staying high here. Noticing the right quad really turning on, engaging as we hold. Maybe that stretch down the back of that left leg as the toes are flexed. One more breath in. Come back to your warrior two, inhale breath. Beautiful. Windmill the right palm down, twist to the left. Exhale, reaching the left fingertips to the sky. Open up through the heart space. Still strong in the back leg. Nicely done, yogis. Left hand to the earth. Find your plank pose as you step back and your vinyasa or downward dog. Move through your flow. That is our sequence this morning. We'll continue to build on that. When you're ready, right leg to the sky. Let's breathe in. Knee to nose, curl it in. Step the right foot through. Low runner's lunge. Just take a breath to set up. Yeah, heel lifted. Then ground down through the back heel, warrior one. Arms reach up to the sky, beautiful. Now this time in our warrior one yogis, just like we did in our low lunge, we're going to bring the palms together, flossing out through those shoulders. So bending the elbows, hands behind the head, and then inhale, arms reach up, beautiful. Exhale, hands behind the head, open up. You've got it. Inhale, reach. Exhale, behind the head. One more time, reach, inhale. Exhale behind the head, hold here, breathe into your heart space. Both arms reach up, warrior one, and then exhale, open up, warrior two. You've got it, beautiful. Just take a breath here, strong in your warrior. Hand to prayer position, heart center, high skandasana, back of the mat. Beautiful. Then we're going to flow back into warrior two on our inhale breath. Open up the arms, and then high skandasana, back of the mat. Exhale, you've got it. And again, warrior two, open up. High skandasana, back of the mat. And can we take that one more time? Warrior two, open up. Beautiful. High skandasana, back of the mat. Come back into your warrior two as you breathe in. Nicely done. Then we mill the left palm down. That's it. Twist to the right. Apologies. Easy twist. Reaching the right fingertips to the sky. Beautiful. Now, yogis, from here, start to come onto the outer blade edges of both feet, finding Cleopatra, sweeping that right arm back and then sinking the hips down. Really stretch your right fingertips back. Eye gaze to follow. And then inhale, breath, arms reach up overhead. And then exhale, Cleopatra, sweep the arm back, sink the hips. You've got it. Inhale, arm reach overhead. Exhale, Cleopatra. You've got it, yogis. One more time. Inhale, Cleopatra. Exhale. Beautiful. On your next inhale, right palm comes down to the earth. Step back, plank pose, and then your vinyasa or downward dog. So creating that bit of internal heat, conditioning through the body. Nicely done. Left leg to the sky, we breathe in, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, curl it in, exhale, step the left foot through. Low runner's lunge, take a breath. Land the back heel, warrior one, arms reach up to the sky, hips square to the front. Beautiful. Flossing into those shoulders, palms together, arms reach behind the head. Inhale, lengthen the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands behind the head. Two more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. You've got it. Lengthen overhead. Inhale, breath. Exhale, open. Pause here. Arms reach up to the sky. Inhale. Warrior two. Open up. Exhale. You've got it, yogis. Hands to prayer position. Heart center. High skandasana. Right leg bends. Left leg long. Warrior two. Inhale. Moving through these two poses. High skandasana. Exhale. You've got it. Warrior two. Open up. High skandasana, exhale. Let's take that one more time. Warrior two, breath in. High skandasana, exhale. You've got it. Come back to warrior two, your inhale breath. When with the right palm down, twist to the left. Left arm reaches to the sky. Open up, beautiful. Then from here, coming onto the outer blade edges of your feet, sinking the hips, Cleopatra, sweeping the arms back, eye gaze to follow. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, Cleopatra, sink the hips. You've got it. Two more times. Inhale, use your breath. Cleopatra, exhale. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. Cleopatra, exhale. On your next inhale, left palm reaches the earth, low runner's lunge. And then step back, plank pose, your vinyasa or downward dog. Beautiful, guys. Move through your flow. Land in your Ardha Mukha, heels to the earth. And then we're going to take that one more time, a little bit quicker, one movement with one breath, still adding on here. Right leg to the sky. Let's breathe in, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, curl it in, exhale, step it through. Low runner's lunge, your breath in. Warrior one, extension of your inhale, arms reach up. Palms to touch, floss the shoulders, hands behind the head. Arms reach up to the sky, breath in. One time, floss the shoulders, exhale. Inhale, warrior one, arms reach up. Open up, warrior two. Beautiful. Hands to prayer, high skandasana, back of the mat. Back to warrior two. One more time, high skandasana, back of the mat. Warrior two. We wheel the right palm down, twist to the left, exhale. Sorry, left palm down, twist to the right. Beautiful. Cleopatra, sweep your arm back. Apologies, guys. Inhale, reach the arm over. Exhale, Cleopatra, sweep back. On your next inhale, right palm down, low runner's lunge, breath in. Now, yogis, we're going to pause here for a moment in our low runner's lunge. Start to take your right hand now towards your lower back, so pushing the palm into the sacrum. We're going to set up for our revolved half moon here. So start to creep your left fingertips further forward towards the top of the mat. We don't want them in line with that front foot, so we want them over towards the left. Now you're going to really push all of your weight into that right foot and start to lift the back leg off of the mat. Now keep your chest and your belly button and your eye gaze all facing down to begin with. Find your balance. Slight micro bend in that right knee. And with that left leg, can you think about the pinky toe rotating down towards the earth to activate through that glute and flexing the toes to really activate through the whole line of that back leg here. Now, yogis, you might like to stay here. You might like to start to twist the torso, reaching the right arm to the sky as you open up into your full revolved half moon. So just like Casey, she's stacking her shoulders, opening up through the chest. And then her left fingertips to the sky. Beautiful. Can you just take one more breath? Nicely done, everybody. Now listen carefully. Keep the leg lifted. Right hand comes down towards the earth. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, can you start to bring the knee towards the nose? Tiger curl that in slowly. You've got it. Lengthen up to the sky. Breath in. Tiger curl it in. Exhale. Just one more time. Lengthen to the sky. Breath in. Tiger curl it in. Exhale. You've got it. Lengthen to the sky one more time. Breath in. And then this time land the foot. Forward fold, top of the mat. Left leg meets right and just fold forward. Beautiful. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, bow forward. One more time. Lift halfway, breath in. Plant the hands, jump or step back, vinyasa or downward dog. We'll find the left side. Roll over the toes, melt the heels to the earth. You've got it, yogis. Hopefully everybody is still with me. Left leg to the sky. Let's breathe in. Three-legged dog. Knee to nose. Curl it in. Exhale. Step the left foot through. Low runner's lunge. Your breath in. Ground the back heel. Warrior one. Arms sweep to the sky. Flossing those shoulders. Palms to touch. Hands reach behind. One time. Arms reach up. Hands behind the head. Exhale. Warrior one. Arms to the sky. Open up. Warrior two. Exhale. Hands to prayer, high skandasana, back of the mat, right leg bends, left leg long. Warrior two, open up. One more time, high skandasana, back of the mat. You've got this warrior two, inhale breath. We move the right palm down, twist to the left, exhale, beautiful. Cleopatra, sink the hips, sweep the fingers back. Inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, Cleopatra. You've got this one more time, arm overhead, breath in. Cleopatra, exhale. This time, low runner's lunge, top of the mat, left hand to the earth. Setting up for our revolved half moon on this side. So our left hand comes to the small of the back, pushing into the sacrum, creeping your right fingertips forward, taking the weight on that left leg, and then just slowly start to lift the back leg up, using the strength here. And again, chest, belly, eye gaze, all down to begin with until you've found your balance. Slight micro bend in that standing leg. Toes flex that back leg to activate the whole back body. And then maybe starting to twist your torso as you reach the left hand to the sky. Open up through your heart space. Beautiful, revolved half moon. Nicely done, yogis. Can you stay for one more breath? Maybe smile in this shape. Then keeping the leg lifted, left hand down to the earth. Take a breath in. Slowly tiger curl that right knee to the chest. Exhale, you've got it. Inhale, lengthen to the sky. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, lengthen. Beautiful. Exhale, curl it in. Lengthen on your breath in, hold in here. And then right foot meets left, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana. One more time, yogis. Lengthen breath in. Plant the hands, jump or step back, plank pose, optional flow, or downward dog. And please take child's pose here for a breath if you need that rest. We have about 3 breaths before we continue, so please feel free to lower the knees, taking your child's pose, knees together or out wide. Or if down dog is your resting pose, then you can stay in your down dog. Just reset the body. Maybe coming back to your intention if you did set one at the start of class. Or just being present and letting your breath be your guide, slow and controlled. One more breath wherever you are, yogis. Nicely done. Stay here if you need extra rest. Otherwise, let's come back into our downward facing dog. Let's continue to move the body. Ardha Mukha. Plant the hands to the earth. Spread the fingers wide, hips high to the sky. Melt the heels to the earth. Beautiful. Slowly lift that right leg to the sky as we breathe in. This time just bend the knee, open up the hip, scorpion pose. So think about that heel yielding towards the left as you push the left heel towards the earth. Drawing those inner thighs away from each other. Taking one more inhale breath. Knee to the nose, curl it in, exhale, then stepping that right foot through into your low runner's lunge. Beautiful. Now we're going to come back into our revolved half moon and adding on from there. So taking the right hand behind you, pushing the palm into the sacrum. Fingertips, the left hand creep forward, take your weight forward and then lift up that back leg. Now yogis, once again you have an option to stay here. You have an option for full revolved half moon as you twist the torso, reaching the right arm to the sky as you open up through the chest. Now, you can stay here, or you might like to find chapasana variation where you bend the back knee and grab hold of the back foot just like Casey here. Hence now why you know we were doing that pose to begin with. Now, you can either stay here or for an extra challenge, you might like to hover your left fingertips off of the mat or even bring your hand to your chest at your heart center. So whatever variation, really activate through that standing leg, bending slightly into the knee to stay stabilized. Well done, yogis. Just taking one more breath. And then slowly release everything, forward fold, top of the mat. Beautiful work. Just take a halfway lift to lengthen, breath in. And then exhale, bow. This time on your next breath in, reaching your arms to the sky, rise up to standing. And bring your hands down to heart center, Samashriti, pause in here. Beautiful. And we're going to set up for dancer's pose now. So bringing the left knee towards the chest, grounding down through your right leg. Left knee to chest, beautiful. Now just taking your right arm up to the sky and then just taking your left hand to the knee. Now we're going to start to extend that left leg behind us, reaching behind and grabbing onto the inner edge of the foot here. And then our torso comes forward, really reaching to the sky with the right fingertips, and then the belly draws in as you kick the heel up towards the sky. So think about pushing the foot in towards the hand and the knee of that left leg really coming up to the sky. Beautiful. So again, still that same concept of that knee bent behind us. Draw your belly in here. Breathe in deeply. Slight micro bend in that standing leg. Activate through that glute. Eye gaze forward. Finding your balance. Just one more breath, yogis. And then let everything go, shake out your legs, nicely done. Take a deep breath in, reaching the arms to the sky, salute the sun, and then Uttanasana, flex the hips, bow to the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant the hands, jump or step back, optional flow, or just downward facing dog here. Go with the flow, your body Listen to what it's telling you this morning. Nicely done. Left leg to the sky, let's breathe in. Bend the knee, open up the hip, scorpion pose, yielding the heel to the right. Draw those inner thighs away from each other, pressing into the earth with that right heel. One more inhale. Knee to nose, curl it in, exhale, step the left foot through. Low runner's lunge, so we set up for our revolved half moon once again. Left hand to the sacrum, palm pushing down, right fingertips creeping forward. You know where you're going, yogis. Finding your revolved half moon, lift up. Finding the full activation through your body, stay stabilized, maybe full revolved half moon, excuse me, as you reach the left fingertips to the sky. And then again, either staying here or that chapasana variation, maybe bend the back leg and then catch the back toes here. We're always going to have one side that we're better off than the other. Maybe this time you find your balance and you hover the right fingertips off of the mat or bring your hand to the chest. Nicely done. Just take one more breath wherever you are. Beautiful work, yogis. And then releasing down to the earth, forward fold. Your breath in, halfway lift. Uttanasana, exhale. Rise up to standing. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Hands come down, heart center, Samashriti. Setting up for our dancer's pose again on this side. So grounding down through the left foot, bringing the right knee into the chest. Starting to extend that left arm to the sky and grabbing the back of the foot. So reaching back, taking the outer edge of that right foot and then kick into your hand with your foot as you lift the knee up towards the sky, torso comes forward, and then that push-pull action with that back hand and that back foot. Stay with your steady gaze, thigh parallel to the floor, belly drawn in, beautiful. Start micro-bending that standing leg. Dancer's pose, take one more breath. And then let everything go, shake out your legs. Inhale, arms reach to the sky, take a deep breath in. Uttanasana, forward fold, exhale. Your breath in, halfway lift. Plank pose, jump or step back, optional flow, or downward facing dog. Nicely done, yogis. Just take a moment to pedal out in your down dog. Again, maybe walking your dog just like you did at the start of your practice. Maybe bending into one leg, straightening out through the other. Really pushing into the earth with your hands. Nicely done. And then come to stillness. We're going to reach the right leg back up to the sky as we breathe in, three-legged dog. Bending that knee, opening up the hips, scorpion pose. You have an option to stay here or maybe a slight back bend if you want to take wild thing. As you straighten that through the right leg, bend into the left. Beautiful. Arms reach up, open up through the chest. Nicely done. And then slowly release, right leg up and back. Inhale, breath, three-legged dog. This time on the exhale, bring the right foot to the outside of the right wrist, lizard lunge. Both the hands to the inside of that front foot. Now you can keep your back knee lifted or you can lower your back knee. You can stay on your hands or you can come down on your forearms, open up through that right hip. Or if you have a block or a bolster or a cushion or something at home for a little bit of extra height, please feel free to just rest your forearms on a proper home. Maybe just closing down your eyes here, noticing that right hip. Take in one more breath. Now yogis, listen carefully. If you're done in your forearms, push back up into your hands. Keeping the left palm down, reaching the right arm to the sky. So almost like we're going to come back into that twist. Now you can stay here or you can bend that back knee and then again catching the back foot just for a quad stretch here. So a little bit of less maybe activation, but noticing that quad on the left side, drawing that right shoulder back, so open up once again through the chest. And then just pausing into this beautiful stretch for one more breath. And then just slowly starting to release, journeying your way back into a downward facing dog in your own time, however that looks for you to get there. Just pedal out your feet. Nicely done. Then slowly lift the left leg to the sky as we breathe in, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hips, stay here, or flip your dog wild thing. Left leg becomes back, right leg long, open up through your heart space. Beautiful. One more breath. Slowly release. Left leg up and back, inhale. Lizard lunge, foot to the outside of the left wrist. Both the hands to the inside, and then choose your options here. Once again, yogis, maybe lowering that bottom knee, maybe coming down on the forearms, a block, or something that feels comfortable for you. Breathe into that left hip. When we send the breath to an area that maybe we're feeling still tension or tightness, it makes it a little bit more therapeutic. So maybe noticing that left hip and it's still a little bit tight. And just taking a moment to send the breath there. One more breath. Then if you're down on your forearms, just slowly push up into your hands. And then finding that twist, lifting the left arm up to the sky. And then either staying here or maybe bend the back knee for that quad stretch, catching the back foot and drawing that left shoulder back. And just enjoying this stretch. Beautiful. One more breath wherever you are, yogis. And then slowly release, making your way back into down dog. Optional flow to flush it out if that's good for you, or just hanging out in your down dog. So go with the flow, yogis. Listen to your body. Nicely done. Let's take a deep breath in together in a down dog. Once again, empty the breath, sigh out. Empty, empty, empty. High on the tiptoes, lift the heels, your breath in. Bend the knees, jump or step, top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, bow. Yogis, chair pose on your next breath in. Just like we haven't worked enough through our quads. Let's come down into chair pose. Beautiful. So really sinking the hips down, taking the weight back in the heels. So maybe just think about lifting up all through 10 toes and then lowering your toes down. Squeezing those inner thighs together. And then reaching your arms forward, pinky fingers rotating back to just really stretch into the lats and the shoulders. Now, any shoulder issues, yogis, or if your arms have had enough, then just bring your hands into prayer. Otherwise, keep reaching them forward. Maybe staying here, or maybe starting to come high onto those tiptoes, really lifting up through those heels. Can we take one little burst of energy here as we find tiny pulses in our chair pose, keeping high on those tiptoes? Can we pulse for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold for one more breath if you can on your tiptoes. And then staying in chair, just lower your heels down. Take a breath in. Beautiful. Maybe a few clicks. And then yogis, we're slowly going to start to sink the hips down to the heels all the way down. And then you can slowly start to come to a seat towards your mat. Nicely done. Shake out your legs if you need to. Or just coming into a seat, maybe cross over your legs, hands maybe just rest on your thighs. Just pause in here in an easy sukhasana, seat pose. Maybe closing your eyes, spine nice and long, crown of the head reaching up to the sky. Just take a moment again to reset and to breathe. Noticing your body. One more breath. Beautiful. And then blink and open your eyes. If your legs are crossed, just release your cross of your legs and then planting the soles of the feet down towards the earth, knees are bent, hip distance apart. Take your hands underneath your kneecaps, setting up for Navasana boat pose. So starting to tilt the torso back, balancing on your sit bones. The heels can either stay in towards the mat or you can hover your feet off of the mat just like Casey. Shins parallel to the sky. You can keep your hands at the back of your knees or you can start to reach your fingers forward as you find full Navasana. So really draw that belly in, balance on your sit bones here, and the more that you take your torso back, the more that you have to engage through the belly. Now this might be enough for you, or you might like to straighten through your legs, reaching your fingertips towards your legs. Beautiful. And then yogis, with control, whichever variation you're in, we're slowly going to start to journey away down towards the earth. So take it slow in your own time. Really engage through that belly. Slowly lowering down for 3, for 2, and for 1. On your backs, nicely done. Just take a moment here in Shavasana, legs long, arms down by your side. Chest shine into the sky. Maybe your eyes are closed. Then we're going to slowly start to bend back into those knees, planting the soles of the feet down, hip distance apart. Just bring your arms down by your side and make sure you can tickle your heels with your fingers. Coming into bridge pose. So we're going to engage through the belly and then start to peel, tuck and lift the hips to the sky into your high bridge. So first of all, just keep your hands down by your side. Really engage through those glutes to lift the hips a little bit higher. And our hamstrings are on, we're pressing into those feet. We have a nice long line from the shoulders, the hips and the knees, all pointing in one direction. Our core is strong, belly is engaged. Squeeze in those glutes to lift the hips a little bit higher. And just pause in here, slight tuck of the chin. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly starting to lower yourself down, upper, middle and lower back. Nicely done. Just windshield wipe your knees from side to side to reset the body and the pelvis here. And then yogis, we're going to take that again. Arms down by your side, set up, peel, tuck, lift the hips to the sky, high bridge pose. Push into the earth. Beautiful, nice long line. Now this time you can stay here, or you might like to interlace the hands behind you as you really come high onto those shoulder blades. That's an option, otherwise just keep your arms down by your side. So really starting to once again engage through those glutes, the hamstrings, tuck of the chin, and then just breathe here, opening into the chest. Inhale and exhale, slow, steady breaths. Just taking one more breath. If you have your hands interlaced behind you, release them first, and then slowly upper, middle, lower back comes down to the earth. Windshield wipe those knees once again from side to side, reset the body and the pelvis. Nicely done. Then yogis, we have one more round of our bridge pose. So when you're ready, reset, arms down by your side, peel, tuck, lift the hips to the sky, engage through the belly, squeeze in those glutes. That's variation 1. Variation 2 is interlacing the hands behind you, squeezing the hands and coming onto the shoulder blades. Or you might like to take variation 3, where your hands are back down by your side. You're starting to lift the right toes off of the mat, bending into the knee, and then extending the right leg to the sky for a one-legged bridge. And then from here, maybe slow hip dips as you bring the hips down and up as you take tiny pulses with that right leg to the sky. So you're really engaging through that left glute to lift and lower. If you're taking those pulses, let's take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, lift the hips a little bit higher, and then the right heel comes down to the earth. We lift the left heel, knee to chest, and extend the left leg up to the sky. Find the pulses on the other side. So really push out through that right glute, keeping the hips lifted and then pulsing into that right side. You've got it. If you're taking pulses, let's take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, keep the hips lifted. Left leg comes down towards the earth. Keep the hips lifted if you can. Squeeze those glutes. And then slowly starting to lower yourself down. Nicely done, yogis. Windshield wipe those knees from side to side. And then this time, hug them into the chest. Give them a nice tight squeeze, interlace your hands. And either stay here, yogis, or optional happy baby if you'd like to open up through the hips, grabbing hold of the outer edges of the feet, the ankles or the legs. Maybe swaying from side to side. Keeping that tailbone nice and lengthened, shoulders relaxed. The knees drawing down either side of your ribs. Sway from side to side. Beautiful. One more breath. And then slowly releasing, hugging the right knee into the chest, releasing the left leg long on towards the earth. Give that knee a squeeze into the chest. And then taking the right arm out to the side, shoulder high, T-shape. Guiding that knee now over towards the left for a one-legged twist. Stacking the hips here. Eye gaze might come over towards the right, away from the knee, or maybe to the sky. You might like to keep that left hand on your knee, just a little bit of a support and to guide it further down to the earth. Or if it's really hovering and you're at home, take a cushion or blanket or something underneath that knee. And just take a moment to breathe into this supine twist. Noticing the spine, breathe into the back body. Starting to slow down, relaxing the body. Deepen the breath. Take one more breath here. Nicely done. Just slowly starting to release that right leg. Use your core to bring yourself back through center. Right leg extends long, hugging the left knee into the chest. Give that a squeeze to begin with. And then taking the left arm out to the side, shoulder height, palm facing down. Guiding that knee over towards the right as you stack the hips, one-legged twist on the other side. Again, choosing your options. Maybe your eye gaze is to the left, to the sky. Breathe into the back body. Noticing any difference on this side. One more breath. Slowly coming back through center, yogis, releasing from your twist. Hugging both knees once again into your chest, giving yourself a nice big squeeze, maybe lifting your head and shoulders as you curl yourself into a nice tight ball, forehead to the knees, taking a deep breath in. And then empty, empty, empty as you exhale, Shavasana. Well-deserved resting pose, yogis. Beautiful work this morning. Just giving your body permission for stillness here. Taking your legs and your arms out as wide as you feel comfortable. Creating as much space as your body needs just to relax. Just let your palms face up to the sky for lightness and to receive. Whole back body sinking deep, deep into the earth. No more expectations, no more effort needed, nowhere right now to be. Just in Shavasana. Now, yogis, you have no need to rush. If you feel like you need extra rest, please feel free to just stay exactly as you are in your shavasana. I will start to wrap things up. For those of you who would like to move, just slowly start to let the sound of my voice bring you back. No rush, but maybe rocking your head from side to side to begin with. Find a little bit of movement into the head and neck. Maybe the fingers and the toes start to wiggle. And then maybe you take your arms up overhead, giving yourself a nice big stretch. And then maybe your knees start to hug into your chest. Again, that one last gentle squeeze. And feel free to rock onto your preferred side, your right or your left. Let's take a moment in the recovery position before we gently make our way slowly up to a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. There's no rush again to arrive. Just finding your comfortable seat, bringing your hands into prayer position, heart center, Anjali Mudra, a gesture of gratitude. Let's just take a moment to bow our heads towards our heart here. And thanking all of you for joining me at home this morning, bringing yourself to the mat, and sharing your energy with each other. Even though you guys are at home and we're in the studio, there's still that connection with everybody. Thanking you so much for joining me this morning. Have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.